Stocks rallied despite a warning from the Dow component Intel. The chipmaker slashed about $1 billion from its first quarter revenue forecast, and that move surprised the street and investors. Intel, the worst performing stock in the blue chip Dow today, falling more than 4.5%. Josh Lipton now with more on why the chips are down at Intel.
Intel was the darling of the Dow last year, enjoying the biggest gain in the index. So far this year, it's a different story. One big reason, weaker than expected demand for personal computers in the workplace. That's a problem for Intel. The company controls the market for PC chips, which accounts for some 60% of its sales. So far in 2015, Intel stock is dramatically underperforming both the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ. Although the stock might now look more attractively valued, some analysts still aren't convinced it's a buy.
There's no doubt that the stock is looking more attractive now that it's come off its high. I mean, this stock topped out at over $37. Now with it trading closer to $31, I think people are might want to start kicking the tires. What I think will keep people away from jumping too quickly is we really don't have an update on how the company views the full year yet.
One tailwind for the PC market last year was Microsoft's decision to end support for its Windows XP operating system. That forced companies to buy new computers. But Intel said today that small and medium-sized businesses running PCs with that old operating system aren't upgrading their machines. And this afternoon, analysts at research firm IDC said that they expect PC shipments to fall by nearly 5% this year, a drop from the previous forecast. Despite these challenges, Intel still has its fans on the street. Bulls argue that when Microsoft releases Windows 10, the new version of its operating system, a lot more companies will buy new computers in the back half of the year. That would give a boost to Intel. Intel's other big business line is providing chips for servers, which accounts for about 20% of its sales. Analysts say that business looks strong. But Intel bulls are on the defensive, with the stock firmly in the red this year. Investors could have a much better sense of whether Intel is a buy when the company next reports earnings on April 14th. For Nightly Business Report, I'm Josh Lipton in Silicon Valley.